We are about to get ready here on the North Rinks, at the rinks in Hauppauge, for a varsity matchup between the Connetquot Sayville Varsity Thunderbirds and the East Islip Varsity Chiefs. Should be a good matchup between both these teams. Sayville so far this season in the varsity division is 4-12 with 9 points. East Islip is 7-9 with 15 points. They are 8th and 5th place respectively. Logan Keel currently leading his team in points with 14 goals, 10 assists for 24 points totals. He has 2 power play goals on the season. And on the other side is Jack Dolson. 14 games played, 13 goals, 13 assists for 26 total points. The leader of the Chiefs, of course. Obviously, as we get towards the end of the season, every game matters. Was something that Travis Quigley, sitting over to my left, was echoing a lot on our recent broadcasts, just how Connetquot Sayville, even just a couple of wins here and there, can get them closer to those playoffs. And obviously, once you get into the playoffs, if you get into the playoffs, because it's never a guarantee, season resets. And what happened in the regular season doesn't matter. Winning matters, and that's all that it really is. So the Thunderbirds trying to get to that point, and for the Chiefs, listen, they're already in a good spot right now. They just got to keep winning. Keep the good momentum going. That's what they should be focused on. So we should get 15 minutes put on the clock for the first and get ready for some action between these two varsity teams here on the LI Sports Network. Both teams sending out their starting units. As we get ready for the puck drop. Puck played into the Thunderbird zone to start off. Quickly get up, going north, skating it out. Controlled by Booth. Booth gets it in, centering pass, quick shot and a save. Puck's kept alive, but right back to the Thunderbirds. This time it goes a little too high of the net. Snyder took that second shot. Back the other way. Here comes Dolson. Dolson with the shot goes into the netting, and we get our first pause of the night. 14:24 left on the clock in the first period. Face-off will be in the right dot in the offensive end. Taken by Lafada. He'll win it back to his team. Look for a quick shot. They get it in on net. Another quick stop from Clark. Puck goes to the far boards. First one on the scene for the Chiefs is Lawler. Lawler getting it ahead. Carried in by Freeland. Freeland looking for a shot. Goes high into the glass. Caroms around to the near point. Chiefs still keeping it in deep, then turn it over. Cleared out, and now taken up the other way. Massey getting in deep, pulling up. Puck pinned at the end boards. 2 players fighting for it there. Now some more people work their way in. Connetquot Sayville come away with possession. Keel with it, leading point producer for his team. Centering pass tipped out in front. Ends up on the far side. Comes the Chiefs the other way. Barton breaking in. Barton trying to get towards the front of the net. Had his angle denied a little bit. Covered up by Clark. Extra whack. Not going to draw any attention after the whistle. Lafada trying to make every opportunity count. Quick shot off the face-off, goes wide right of the net. Villani with it below his own goal line. Villani playing it out. Thunderbirds look for the break again. Basil just barely turned aside. Burdett couldn't win it out on the far side, so it comes back into his own zone. Back into the neutral zone again. Damien trying to get it forward, but here comes Wagner. chipping it in off the right wing corner, wraps around. Snyder on the near boards, trying to play it in deep. Puck still on his stick. Will get it up forward to Wagner, wraps it around the nets. Plays it to the far side, will be cleared by the Chiefs. Some speed going north. Bradley barely staying on sides. Played out, backhand pass over to Wagner coming from Hagerty. Pass was a little bit too far, so instead skating onto it is Damien. He tries to play it forward, gets denied at the blue line. Comes back into his own end. Not a lot of whistles to start off this game. Booth with the puck, a little bit of speed below the goal line, looking for a centering pass. Denied to the far boards. Comes together with a couple of bodies, whacked in deep again by Borowski. Down low, claimed by Hall. Hall giving it up top. Shot from the point, blocked out in front. Thunderbirds whacking at it. Will come back to the point again. Robecker, a shot. That's going to be a blocker save. Booth with it, avoiding a big hit. Booth getting it on net, centering pass. They whack at it and score. Good way to start the game. Thunderbirds on the board first, making it 1-0. Take a look at that replay here on the LI Sports Network. Comes up, walking that goal line, just putting it out in front, tapped home. And a great goal for Chase Hagerty. So the Chiefs will be chasing here early. Shouldn't fear much as here comes an opportunity on the offensive end. A quick shot and a stop. Clark looking for it behind him. They whack at it again and score. Raganello getting it right back, and it's tied 1-1. Just like that. Take a look at that replay. Get it in. Looks like Clark made the save. Then it comes loose. They're able to tuck it in. As we come back to live, both teams fighting for possession. Essentially a 0-0 game with 5 minutes almost gone by, but of course 1 goal for both teams. Positive side for Connetquot Sayville that they can get on the board though, because they have struggled with offense at points. Mossy getting a shot on net, turned aside. Bega gets his pipe rung. Sayville still just checking around in this offensive end. They've been quite deadly so far, obviously with their top line out. Snyder going back for it. Pressured by Dolson. Puck wrapped around the board. Snyder gets it again. Looking for some passing options, instead chips it forward. Gloved down by Lawler. Snyder with it again below his own cage. Puts it off the boards one more time. Gets it to Logan Keel. Keel gets it stripped away from him and back into the Chiefs' zone. Good forechecking coming out of Booth, and he does win the puck back out to Keel for a quick shot. I believe there was Bega getting a piece of that. Keel with it again, turning defenders around down low. Keel still holding on to it, losing out to the puck. Coming forward are the Chiefs. Quick shot and a score! Rister from the high slot still finds the back of the net, and now the Chiefs have their first lead of the night. As you'll see, Evan Lafata just coming forward, cutting across at the blue line, gets enough separation, just snaps one. Long range, 2-1 now the score. 9:13 left to play in the period. Should be a high-scoring one, considering we have 3 goals in just 6 minutes played. From the Chiefs again, looking for another shot that goes high of the goal and into the glass. Lafada centering pass, no one's there. Puck comes past the blue line, just barely going by Damien. Lafada with it again. Gaining some speed in the neutral zone, putting the puck in on net. Clark tips it aside to the right wing corner. His team first to it, Villani with it. Giving it up, almost out, but kept in at the point by Freeland. Puck down low. Lafada turning, shooting, saved by Clark. Puck still loose over to the right side of the slot. Clark another save. Puck comes to Clark again, and this time he will freeze. 8:12 left to play in the first. Goals this game coming from Hagerty, Lafada, Resinello, the 3 goal scorers. T-Birds getting it back into the offensive end. Snyder not able to hold it in at the point. Comes back to Villani. Slaps it into the neutral zone. Allows Bradley to come onto it. Bradley steering it in deep. Puck comes to the near boards now. 4 players come together and it comes out of the zone. We get a whistle for another pause. 7:28 in the first. And we will get our first penalty of the game as well, going against the T-Birds, so chance for the Chiefs to open up a bigger lead here. Two minutes assessed to Paul Wagner. Puck kept in at the far boards by Dolson. He actually not able to hold on to it, so it comes past him, and his team's going to need a reset. Chris Lawler with it, giving it back over to Dolson. Wraps it around his net. Dodging around one check from Burdett. Dolson walking at the blue line, dropping it off for Lafada. Cross-ice pass, gets it over to Lawler. A little hard on his stick. He gets a shot off anyways. Rebound will belong to Borilski. Looks for a clearing attempt. Borilski lips it high and deep. Burdett will be the first one to it. Forces Bagan to come out of his net to play it around. Barton splitting defense a little bit, drops it off Lafada. A shot goes too high. Here comes Keel forward. Keel in a 1-on-2. Trying to get past Lawler. Gets past one. Nice move. Keel a shot straight into the gloves. Puck kept alive. And the Chiefs try to get back. Less than a minute to play in the power play. Here comes Lafada. Similar spot he scored from, and there's another. Lafada's already having himself a night. These long-range wristers are just working for him right now, as you can see another one right there. 3-1 the score, power play over, back to 5-on-5. T-Birds now looking for a response after scoring the first goal. They've led up the next 3 unanswered. Borilski trying to play it down low. Great pass out in front. Doesn't find its end game. Brady Hall with the opportunity. It was a great pass from Borilski. Borilski now in his own end, wrapping around the boards for Hagerty. Goes past his stick and back into the possession of the Chiefs. They wrap it off the boards. Borilski's there for it again. Hagerty now whacking at it. Barilski playing it forward, still getting caught up on the far boards. Just exchanging hands back and forth. A hit attempted and sidestepped. Barilski now lifted high and into the ceiling here at the rinks. We freeze with 5:31. It's the thing about the rinks. Old building, low roof. Plenty of rafters to play it into. Paul is cold on the camera. And Travis is trying to make some complicated camera stuff work. It's above my pay grade, that's for sure. If anyone knows anything about PTZs, feel free to leave it in the comments of the YouTube. Booth trying to play it out on the far boards. Chiefs take it back. Nice couple of moves from Resinello. Plays it in deep, but goes back into the stick of Villani. Holds on to it for a second, now looking for the clear. Power move from Villani and does get it out. Now kicking it off his skates. Keel the first one in. Keel on his backhand. Cross ice pass. Almost onto the stick of his teammates, but instead interrupted at the last moment. Villani coming in again. Trying to drag around one player. Interrupted. Rosinello with it. Wrapping around, has Freeland as a passing option. Gives it over to Freeland. Holds it for a second. Now gets it up top. Dolson around one check. Dolson not got past the second one, though. Back pressure applied by Mossy. Coming up the left side. Mossy loses it out. Supported by Booth, and he carries in. Booth is shot too high. Getting his own rebound on the near boards. Giving it down low for Keel. Logan Keel. Still working with it. Left wing circle, trying to come up high in the slot. Logan Keel with a lot of speed coming in, looking for a shooting lane, playing it out in front. Gets a rebound again, near side shot. Net comes off its moorings. Unfortunate. Keel is looking dangerous on that shift. Face-off will be in the left circle. Berde will do the honors for the T-Birds. Puck dropped. Berde gets it, net front, not able to get the shot off. Berde with it again, giving it over to Snyder. Snyder at the near point, back to Berde. Berde with it again, wrapping around, gives it over to Snyder again, and once more back to Berde. Berde walking down to the goal line. Power move, one hand on the puck. Berde still holding on to it. Tries to sauce it over to Snyder. Barely keeps it in at the blue line. Actually, no. Referees will call it offsides, and the T-Birds need to check up. At the far side, Berde tries to keep it in. Chiefs get past him and into the offensive end. Lafetta already has 2 goals on the night. Cross-ice pass. Strings it over to the near side. Back to the far side. Lawler taps it, but it's intercepted by Basil. Berde getting it forward. Here comes Basil with a little bit of speed coming into the right circle. A shot that's saved. Basil with it again. Wrapping around. Centering pass. No one's there. Snyder trying to hold it in. Had some support from Villani, and they get it in the offensive zone, keeping it alive. Someone lost their glove on the ice as well. I don't think it's anyone currently on. Referee skating over to get it. Oh, it was Berde who lost his gloves. Kept playing like he had it on. 2:40 left to play in the first. Have scored 4 goals so far. It's been a bit since another one was scored, though. Villani with it again. Giving over to Snyder. Taps it back to Villani. They get into the neutral zone. Nice move from him. Gets it across the blue line. Villani looking for a shot. He scores. What a sequence from Villani. Defenseman getting up ice, getting into the rush, and getting himself a point. So we take a replay. Just Villani. Too much room given in front of 4 people. Arister gets into the left side of the net. Seen a couple of goals like that so far. Now a 3-2 game. Chiefs trying to get that goal back. Bradley with it. His shot, not on target. Karams around the boards. Now a chance to play out from Barilski. Gets it forward. Lead man, Hopkins, carrying it in. Hopkins denied. Puck comes down the other way. T-Birds break out one more time. Big hit coming down ice. Villani laying out a player after he just scored. Barilski another shot. Now Tansey going to the puck. Tansey trying for a centering pass. Net comes off its moorings again for another pause. Snyder with it again. Stops his momentum and gets the pass forward to Hall. He wraps it around the boards to the far side, Hagerty. Hagerty looks for a shot. Misses near side. Snyder to it. Keeps it alive in the offensive end. Snyder to Keel. One-timer. Fanned on it a little. Hagerty with it again. Centering pass. Hall not able to get it. Keel instead. And once again, the net off its moorings. I'm noticing a trend. Not quite as sturdy as the NHL nets, that's for sure. Keel on the face-off, not going to win it out. Chiefs going the other way. Dolson shot a little too high. Snyder gets the rebound, wraps it around the boards to Hagerty. He's instantly challenged by Rossinello. Does win out the puck. Dolson mishandling it a little, gives the opportunity for the T-Birds to clear. Hall's neutral ice pass intercepted. Rossinello giving it in for another shot, and they score. Chiefs are just picking them apart from the slot. These wristers are lethal. 4-2 now the score. Under a minute to play in the first as we take a replay of that. Back to live. 30 seconds to play in this first period. East Islip doing good job on the offensive end so far. As I say that, they do ice the puck. So Booth will have one more offensive face-off coming, if he chooses to take that, of course. Instead, we'll allow Keel to step into the dot. Keel winning it back. Opportunity here for the T-Birds, but instantly cleared, and now a breakout the other way. 3-on-1 skating. Only man back is Barilski, and they're called offsides. Big call from the referees. Shutting down a nice opportunity for East Islip to get one more before the buzzer. Keel on the face-off, wins it this time. Over to Mossy. Get it out of their own zone. Snyder with it. Bringing it up on the board. Snyder still on his forehand. Strong moves from him. Gets it broken up. Not out of the zone just yet. And there is the buzzer. Ending this first period at a score of 4-2 here on the LI Sports Network. We'll be right back for the second.
Stuff. Crap. It's really not that much when you think about it. 30 to 45 minutes. Because longer than that, no one's going to stay. You know what I mean? It's got to be a quick thing, but it's got to be long enough for you to give them the information to entertain people, but not long enough where you're you do like 3 to 4 segments. You do like a weekend preview where our segments tie into those things. It makes it easier for us to just combine things together. It's really about getting the flow. And because we're recording, you know, there's a lot of things that we can mess up with, cut out, you know. I agree.
And we are back for the second. Team switching sides. East Islip controlling a 4-2 lead. Dolson back into the offense end, and nice backhander shot block. Great block coming out from Paul Wagner, putting his body on the line right there for his team. Love to see those kinds of plays. Dolson keeping it at the blue line, passing it over. Back check coming from Wagner. Nice couple of defensive plays from him on this shift already. Opportunity still knocking, though. Chiefs get another shot off. Finally get the puck to freeze. Resinello was buzzing around the cage right there. He was the one who got the shot off. Puck back into the neutral zone. Dolson sends a backhander in. Gives it over to Villani. Villani, couple passes for the T-Birds. They're into the offensive end. Keela wrister. Follow-up shot. Goes wide to the right. Booth giving away the puck, and here comes a breakaway. Fontaine in on net. Forehand, backhand. He scores. Fontaine makes mincemeat of that breakaway opportunity. Makes it a 5-2 game in favor of East Islip. As we take a look at that replay. Chiefs in their own end. Cross-ice pass. Almost gets behind the defense right there. Rodecker was the last man back. Falls to the ice. Here's a shot for Keel. Rings the bar. And Rodecker now on the ground in a little bit of a pain. So we're going to take a injury timeout right now on the ice. We'll give time for Rodecker to get up. Referee's talking to the bench right now. It's like we will resume from the Chiefs' end, or neutral ice, actually. Villani getting the puck off the face-off, then turning it over. Mauricio coming in, scores. Right off the timeout, East Islip coming with a little bit of energy. Just worked the puck off the near boards. Marizito right there, shot, scores. Top left corner. Not much you can do about that. Puck wrapped around the boards again by the Chiefs. Getting it into the right wing corner. Villani looking for a clearing attempt. Gets it out. Cross ice pass. Now they break forward with Burde. Villani trying to get in. Almost caught the goalie out of his net. Hall keeping it in, getting a shot on net, and it's paused. Goals in the period coming from Marizito and Jack Fontaine. Fontaine scoring at 13:44. Marizito following up 13:21. That's how we find ourselves in a 6-2 game with East Islip on top. If East Islip win this contest, that would be their 8th of the season. Here they come with another opportunity. Shot. Hanley got a piece of it, and it deflects wide to right. On the reload, another shot goes wide left from the Chiefs. Hagerty now with the puck and a little bit of time. Sends a pass forward to Burde. He tries to clear it, but is denied by Freeland. Burde with the puck one more time, bringing it below his goal line. Wrapping around the neck, and then a backhand pass that's intercepted by Bradley. Bradley holds it in for a moment, battling against Burde, gets it over for another shot that goes wide right of the goal after Hanley got a piece of it. East Islip get it past Barilski. Now Snyder challenging for the puck, will win it out, wraps it around the boards to the far side. Keel with it, loses it out. Bradley taking it away from Keel, now fighting for the puck. Lafata was there with Bradley, but it gets past both of them. Barilski overplays it a little bit, now coming down. Barilski wrapping around his net again. Plays it out, but this might go down for an icing. Called off by the referees. Damien has to play it. Now Reinhardt. Over to Damien, around one check. Nice breakout play from the Chiefs. Fontaine trying to use his leverage to his advantage. Lafata pass broken up by Keel. Basil, tap pass to Keel. Keel past the blue line. Held up on the near boards. Villani there for support. Puck comes past the blue line, requiring the T-Birds to check up. They give it to Lafata at the far blue line. Lafata, cross-ice pass, hits the skates of the referees. And they're actually called offside, so another pause. 10:19 left to play in the second period. East Islip will change out their forward line. The T-Birds complete line change. Theodolu for the face-off against Fontaine at neutral ice. Won by East Islip. Tipped in at the blue line, allowing them to set up their forecheck. Puck played in towards net. Centering pass attempted, broken up by Villani. Hopkins on the near side with it, challenging Reinhardt. Reinhardt gets it in. Here's Dolan with the puck. Nice pass down low. Almost was a scoring opportunity for Resinello. To Dolan again for a shot blocked. Hopkins against Reinhardt again. Reinhardt gets a backhand pass now out in front of the goal. Shot saved. Might have rung the bar. Reinhardt with it again. Another shot wide left. Tanzi, the first one to it, has Villani streaking forward. Villani into a one-on-one, trying to get in on net. Villani now has to challenge Reinhardt, who got back, and good defensive work from the Chiefs. Fontaine turning up ice into the high slot, dragging through the legs of one player, looks for a sharp angle to shoot at. Not quite fighting his mark. Less than 10 to play in the second. 6-2 the score. We've seen 2 goals in the second period so far. A little bit slower than the first, which saw a total of 6 goals that entire time. Borilski holding it in at the far point. Looks for a long shot. Gets in on goal, but it's a pad save. Borilski with it again at the far side, turning it up ice. Puck squeezed by Booth and played forward. Denied at the far point by Reinhardt. Now here comes a nice move. Dolan in on net, shoots, he scores. .8:34 to play in the second. Score is 7-2 in favor of East Islip. Keel with it. Logan Keel chips it around one player, bringing it forward. Keel getting some speed into the offensive end, trying to drag it towards the slot, broken up. T-Birds with a couple of changes, bring Snyder onto the ice. He wraps it around the far boards to the near side. Keel getting it on the left wing corner. Keel has his play broken up by Freeland, turns it up ice. Villani keeps it in at the blue line on the backhand. Villani skating into the high slot, his shot deflected high into the air, caroms to the right wing corner. Chiefs with an opportunity to get it out on the far boards, but Keel proving a problem. Snyder now gets it. One fancy move. A shot rings the bar. Villani trying to do the same, keeping it alive on the near side boards. 3 Chiefs players there against him, and they do get it out. Lafada coming forward. Dangerous player. Drags around one player. Lafada still with it. Around the back of the net. I think he might have tried a Michigan right there. At least it looks like he did. And because of that, now the T-Birds come back the other way. Villani starting the rush. His shot turned aside. Booth trying to box out on the puck. Potential breakaway coming here. One-on-one with the goaltender for Barton. Barton forehand rings the pipe again. Couple of pipes wrong in the last minute. Booth once again with the puck. Cutting across the ice. Booth past the blue line. Nice move. Gets it down low on the backhand, looking for some players out in front for traffic. Gets it to the far point with Snyder. Snyder gives it back to Booth. Walks in. End boards now. Booth still with the puck, holding on to it. Gives it over to the near side with Petrie. Petrie is shot blocked. Goes to the far side. Hagerty trying to keep it alive with support from Snyder. Does, but then they turn it over to the Chiefs, and now they have an opportunity to play it into the neutral zone. Marazito plays it in deep, then goes for a change. Petrie, below his own goal, gets the puck over to Snyder, who returns the favor. Now Petrie playing it forward to the neutral zone for Keel. Keel, another pass. That one was intended for Wagner, a little bit past his stick. Petrie with it again. 6 minutes to play in this second. Touch with a high stick. Chiefs reset it. Now Wagner goes out. Wagner with Booth. Booth gives it back for a shot. Keel saved. Good opportunity for Logan Keel. From those kinds of scenarios, you expect him to score that. Good solid 8 times out of 10, but save was made, and we stay at a 7-2 game. Puck around the boards again. Villani to keep it alive. Looking to play it down low. Has Burdett in support. Taken out instead. Here comes Walsh, a shot wide right. Wagner reclaims it, taps it forward. Keel trying to apply the pressure, then Wagner kicks it with his skates. It was actually Basil applying the pressure. Burdett now reclaiming it on the left wing corner. On the backhand, loses it out. Skated ahead. Getting it on net for a shot, backhander, blocker save. Another centering pass to Freeland. He was loose, or a good shot. Second period just hit 5 minutes as Freeland gets it back, passing it ahead. Second pass for Walsh interrupted. Now he gets it. Walsh crossed the blue line, team called offsides. Lafata looked dangerous off that jump. Now bringing it around in his own end. Lafata trying to get it going forward. Stretch pass intended for the stick, but interrupted by Snyder at the far side. Nice crunch hit from the T-Birds. Back out to Lawler. Gives it ahead. Intercepted almost by Snyder. Does in the end get it. Here comes Snyder. Barreling down the high slot, his handle broken up. T-Bird still onside. Could have looked for something right there. Puck goes all the way down the ice. Petrie back to play it. Some difficulty breaking away from the forecheck, but does tap it to Keel. Here comes Keel. Logan Keel into the right wing circle. Centering pass off the skate of his teammate. It was intended for Wagner. Chiefs have yet to let up a goal in this period. Still 3:35 to skate. Basil, nice move between the legs. Looking for an in-between-the-legs shot. Gives it over to Hagerty. Gets one off. Puck loose in the crease for a second, but not going to go. Centering pass. Keel was there. Doesn't reach the stick. Now it goes all the way down the ice for Villani to claim. Pressure by Lafata. Villani wrapping around his net. Lafata there to meet him. Lifting his stick. Now Lafata getting tied up a little bit. Referees don't see it. Villani still with it. Taps it forward. Burdett to challenge for it, but it's kept in. Top line out right now for the Chiefs in the offensive end. Burdett looking for the clear. Gets it to Snyder. Snyder giving it back. Now Villani carries it forward past the blue line. Villani through the legs of one player and then forcing a clearing attempt. Puck below the net at this point. Centering pass loose in the crease for a second. Getting up ice is Dolson. Dolson dropping it off. Getting it back. Dolson all alone in front of the crease. Gets his stick tied up for a second. 2:18 left to play in this second. Hopkins chasing after it. Goes back to Damien. Pass over to Dolson. Backhands it. Fontaine. Shot saved. And Hanley gets all of it. 2:02 left to play in the second. Dolson a shot, blocker save. Mossy on the far boards trying to get it out, just barely held in at the blue line. Reinhart doing a good job battling for it, gets the pass off. A second return. Reinhart wasn't prepared for it. Reinhart still with it. Dolson now for Fontaine. His shot goes too high. Karam rounds the boards. Lawler keeps it in at the far point. Passing it over to Reinhart, collects it on the backhand, then rifles it in deep. Snyder, the first one to it, gives it over for Petrie. Petrie, a backhand pass, back for Snyder. Gonna get pressured quickly. Gives it ahead to Mossy. Mossy spinning around one check, not able to clear the zone. Does get it to Booth. Booth carries it down low. That's gonna get past Fontaine, gives the puck forward for Petrie. Petrie now finally out. Here comes Keel. Logan Keel once again cutting across a couple of players. Gets past Lawler. Keel in on net. Backhander. Or it was actually a pass that was intended to be tucked in short side. Less than a minute to play here in the second. Keel still holding on to it. Finally gets it stripped away from him. Snyder was barreling down for a hit that gets avoided. Don't want to get hit by Snyder like that. Here comes Dolson. Dolson looking for the shot wide right. Pulled that one on a thread. Supported by Resinello. Tapped by the skate of Mossy. Centering pass goes all the way through the slot untouched. Dolson again with it. Broken up by Villani. Now here comes Keel. Logan Keel in on net all alone is shot off to the right. Booth with it now. Looking for a pass intended for Keel, broken up. Just over 10 seconds to play. T-Birds with a nice final push, but it doesn't look like it will net them anything. Puck finally free, 4 seconds, maybe one time for one last shot. Booth, a shot saved, and the buzzer sounds. That's how we will do it for the second. 1 minute remaining until the third period, final 15 of regulation between East Islip and Connetquot Sayville.
Yeah, exactly. All the stress. The daily
And we are back for the third, final period of regulation. 15 minutes on the clock. Commanding lead so far for the Chiefs. Goals in the second period scored by Dolson, Marizito, and Jack Fontaine. So we start off quick snapshot for the T-Birds. They get the puck in deep. Kicked off the skates and now is a clearing attempt. LaFada past the blue line. Pass. Shot saved. Hanley up to that test. Referees waiting for the drop. There it is. LaFada not going to win it out. Snyder, hard pass into the boards. Does clear the blue line. Comes around, kept in. T-Birds in a 5-goal hole right now, trying to make it back. They did score the first of the game, but then let up 4 unanswered after that. Snyder for a shot, no good, as it goes right into the glove of Bega. Couple of quick shots here for the T-Birds. It's the kind of momentum that you want to see them build if you want to see it come back, that is. Top line out for the T-Birds now. Keel into the face-off. Puck gets played to the near boards, instantly pressured by Mossy. Mossy using his physical edge, gets it to Keel. Now Booth with it, gets his stick tied up, but does come away with the puck. Keel now turning around, going back the other way. One more turn, loses both defenders. Booth still holding on to it, skating it, cross ice pass, gets it to Barilski, feeds it for a backdoor tuck, but it just goes past the stick of Mossy. Broken up and taken away by Lafada, kept in by Keel. He keeps this play alive. Booth for a shot, that's a save. Bounces to the near boards, 3 players come together. Keel with the pressure, puck gets past him and taken out by Barton. Ahead to Lafada. Lafada cutting through the defense, denied by Petrie. He finds the centering pass, saves. Hanley up to that one again. 13:28 remaining in regulation. Logan Keel back out onto the ice very quickly. Face-off won by the Chiefs. They get a shot towards the goal that's broken up, and Villani comes away with the rebound. Villani skating past one. Now bouncing it off the boards, ahead for Keel. Keel coming in into the right wing corner, pressed into the boards by Reinhardt, gets around him and Lawler. Keel still holding on to the puck, looking for some room, turns an edge. Now cutting through 2 into the slot. Logan Keel still going. A shot goes wide. Centering pass again. Keel almost reclaimed it, but it goes to the far boards instead, and the Chiefs clear. Villani losing the puck in his sticks. Now it's a big turnover, called offsides. Face off into the neutral zone. Comes back, claimed by the Chiefs. Lawler at the far end, playing it off the boards and forward. Taken by Villani. Pass ahead to Wagner. Wagner, his backhander, goes back to Lawler. On his backhand, he plays it in. Villani skating down into the zone. Gets it back for the T-Birds. Again, still trying to work at this 5-goal hole that they're in. Puck wraps around. Wagner chasing after it, goes over to Hall. Hall with some room to work. Centering pass goes off the near side of the goal. Wagner getting it back, shovels it backhand, doesn't get to the net. James Walsh bringing it in. Momentum interrupted by Hagerty. T-Birds take it back. Villani forward for Hagerty. Taps it toward Wagner. Wagner on his backhand. Tried to think to pass it to Hall, but interrupted. Wagner still with it. He scores! Some lethal wristers this entire game as we take a replay of that quickly. Paul Wagner, left circle, finds the back of the net. Gets his team 1 goal back. Now searching for the other 4. Quick shot from Lafada, goes a little too high. Rodecker back onto the ice after taking an injury in the second. Good to see. Burdett with it. Burdett bringing it up the right side. Dumping it, but not getting it past the defenseman Freeland. Freeland still fighting for it. Squirts past him. Booth going forward, and his team gets called offsides. 11:24 left to play in the final period of regulation. Only goal of the period belonging to Paul Wagner. And there is a penalty assessed on the T-Birds. So another power play for the Chiefs. So they get right to it. Penalty will be against Alex Barilski into the slot. Big one-time shot was broken up. Lawler keeps it in at the blue line, passing it towards his right to Dolson. Back to Lawler, intercepted. Here comes Booth on the breakaway. Logan Booth in one-on-one, looking for the goal, saved. Chiefs get bailed out of that one by their goaltender. Don't want to give up a shorty right now. Don't ever want to give up a shorty, in all fairness. Logan Booth with it again, just had the breakaway. Wrapping around behind his net, still holding on to it. Logan Booth is just skating around everyone right now, it feels. Gets in deep and then rifles it. Booth still chasing after the puck. Held on by Barton, and he'll drop it off. Dolson coming up the center of the ice. Almost around the check from Wagner, but he does just barely get a piece of it, and Wagner taps it back for Villani, and he sends it the length of the ice now. Great penalty kill so far coming from the T-Birds. Lawler with it, sending it up. Intercepted by Wagner. Looks to keep it going on the backhand, but instead it's taken away by Dolson. Here comes Dolson, past the blue line, drop pass, shot, LaFada, not gonna go. Saved by Hanley. Dolson with it again, tapped away by Snyder, and his team will clear off that defensive effort. Chiefs are offside, so that will be a reset. .29 seconds still left on the power play. Keel into the face-off dot, will win it for Wagner, tries to turn around and take a quick shot that's interrupted. Reinhardt getting it forward, Keel taking it back. Keel dumping it off, Snyder with it. Looking cross ice, instead will flip it past the blue line. Wagner gets run into, and we get another pause. Looks like we'll get a penalty up against East Islip. Marazito into the box. He'll get 2 minutes. 4-on-4 skating coming up for the next 11 seconds. And then into a power play for the T-Birds. In the offensive end, they play it forward. Tipped a little bit farther. Villani back for the defensive effort. 4-on-4 ended. Now it's a power play for the T-Birds. Shot attempt turned aside. Keel coming into the offensive end.
The other day, my girlfriend's over, and we're just laying on my bed, we're on our phone.
Booth has it behind the net. Booth looking to make some magic happen. Gives it up top. Burde back to Booth. Booth with it again. Giving it down low to Keel. Keel bringing it back up. Cross ice to Villani. He has plenty of room to work. Villani, a shot saved. Same unit will stay out for the T-Birds. Villani gets it, plays it off the boards for Booth. Booth walking the goal line, looking for a centering pass, will take it low instead. Wrapping back up to the top side, Booth with plenty of speed, walks the blue line. Getting back to the right circle. Booth just still holding on to it, examining his options, doesn't want to pull the trigger too early, finally gets the pass off, giving it over to Villani. Now with Keel, and paused by the referees. Net knocked off its moorings, and you can hear the reaction more than likely from the Connetquot Sayville crowd. Does break up the momentum for this power play, but it has been a problem we've seen fairly frequently throughout, specifically with the net on the right side of the rink. Villani, backhand forward. Ends up with Keel. Hovering over the puck. Making a move to the right circle, then backing out. Keel to the high slot. Keel still with it. Pulling it in on the backhand, shoving it short side. Puck loose in front of the crease. T-Birds whacked at it, couldn't find any light. Snyder wraps it around to the Keel again. Keel at the blue line. Backhand pass forward, just barely kept in by Villani. Booth with the power play expiring. Back up, Villani a shot. Almost deflected in by Keel. Burde with it again. Off the boards, Keel. Pressured by Lafada. Back to Burde, and it's 5-on-5. Burde over to Villani, bringing it in. Left circle, pulling on a string, tipped in. Booth with the goal. And it's looking like a comeback for the T-Birds. Still 3 down, 7:20 to play. We'll take a replay here on the LI Sports Network. You can just see Villani bringing it in. Gets it left circle, fires, and just barely tipped in for Booth on that far side of the pass. Dolson with the puck. Dolson dragging, shooting, blocker save from Hanley. Centering Tafts, intercepted and played out. Might go down for an icing. Referees wave it off. Reinhardt comes for it. Pressured by Hall, Reinhardt turns on that edge, giving a pass off, and the return favor to Dolson rifles it in deep. Barilski with the puck, playing it up on the near side. Under 7 minutes to play. Dolson looking for a shot. Barilski with it again. Plays it out of the zone, no icing. Damien with it. Damien forward. Tapped in the neutral zone. Chiefs would have been offsides if they carried it forward. Now for Fontaine. Trying to get past Villani. Gets some speed around the corner. Checked by Hall. Gets it up top, though, for a shot. Wide right of the goal. Rebound loose in the crease. T-Birds clear. Kept it actually at the blue line. Good play from Freeland. Trying to get it in deep. Dolson, backhand drop pass. Rossinello again at the blue line. Freeland looking for a shot. Was tipped, but not into the goal. Under 6 minutes to play here in regulation. T-Birds still looking for another 3 goals. Fontaine with it one more time. Pressure at the end boards by Rodecker. Lawler keeps it in. Wrapping it down low. Long offensive shift here for the Chiefs. Fontaine another shot blocked by Villani. He wraps around and now tries to break up north. Villani dragging around one, broken up, still slapped forward. And the T-Birds can get a change going as they desperately needed one. Forward swap out. Tansy, one of the fresh players, along with Hopkins, rounded out by Theodolu. Lawler with the puck. Pressured by Hopkins, puts it around the boards to the far side. Dolson with it, getting it ahead. Villani breaks up that momentum at the far side boards. Rifled down by Lafada, and it becomes an icing, so good option, good opportunity for the T-Birds to get back into the offensive end with a little bit of pressure, searching for that 5th goal. Keel on the face-off, gets to Snyder. Snyder shoots it wide to the left. Villani trying to keep the puck alive at the far boards, does for a second, and gets a turnover. Logan Booth had it on his backhand, not able to do anything with it. Carries it to the left wing corner, then back up top to Villani. Wrist shot from the point, bounces over to Reinhardt. Now they find an option to clear. Snyder giving it over, and here comes Lafada. Lafada with too much room to work, looks for the shot, he scores! Lafada with the hat trick on the night. Makes it an 8-4 game. 4:23 left to play in the game. Now East Islip looks like they will comfortably sail to their 8th victory of the season. Getting some more points on the board for the T-Birds. Might be another loss. Taken ahead, Barton, a shot saved by Hanley. Now at the 4-minute mark of this third period. As we get another pause from the referees, potential penalty upcoming. Will be taken back into the offensive end for the Chiefs. Puck drops. Kept in at the blue line by Freeland, then turned over. Here comes Wagner, passing it ahead. Burde trying to drag it around Freeland. Can't, but kept in by Petrie. Back out into the neutral zone. Bradley tapping ahead. Here comes another one-on-one. Up to the challenge. East Islip score again. Now into a 9-4 game, 3:36 left to play in the third. And a 5-goal lead for East Islip as they've scored the last 2 in quick succession. Basil playing it in, getting it down low. Wagner chasing after it. Basil gets it back. Basil for a shot. Deflects into the netting. Face-off will be in the left circle. Keel playing the puck to the left wing corner on the face-off. Skated out by Reinhardt over to Bradley, trying to tap it back to Reinhardt, who is streaking up the middle of the ice, but interrupted, and puck stays in the neutral zone. Keel comes away with it, trying to drag it through the feet of Walsh, who takes the puck away with his stick. Snyder coming forward. Wrapped in by Mossy. Booth will chase after, instead leaves it for Keel. Going one-on-one against Walsh. Keel gets it. Looking for some passing options. Had Booth open down low. Instead, Keel cutting through traffic, looking for the shot. Blocked out in front. Questioning where it was, and Lawler eventually plays it to the corner for safety. Booth still with it. Kicks it over to Keel. Keel turning around and then gets it broken up, and here comes a potential breakaway. Bradley with it on his stick, forehand saved, rebound, loose and still out of the net. Villani looking for the clearing attempt, gets over to Mossy, look to tap it ahead to Keel. And here comes Bradley again in a breakaway, same position, Bradley forehand, scores! Bradley on the second opportunity, not going to make a mistake this time. Nice move, gets it into the back of the net. 2:04 left to play in regulation, 10-4 now for East Islip. Puck to the near side. Dolson sending it ahead, intercepted by Hagerty. Now over to Burde, taps it to Hill. Leaves it for Petrie, shot wide to the right. Burde, back to it. Comes around the boards, reclaimed by Fontaine. Big hit in the corner. Squirts out to the slot, and then taken by Fontaine and skated up ice. Cross ice pass for Dolson. Dolson with it past the blue line, giving it off to his line mate, Resinello. Cutting towards the slot, had his stick lifted so he couldn't get the shot off, but will get the back pass to the blue line. Another shot for the Chiefs, saved out in front by Hanley. Dolson with it again, centering pass, goes straight through the crease uninterrupted. Back out to the neutral zone. Chiefs will reset. 1 minute to play in regulation. Get another pause. Lafada, who does have a hat trick in this game, trying to get the puck forward. Tapped ahead, and Lafada skates onto it. Giving a back pass to his defenseman. Now they break forward into the neutral zone. Lafada with a great game for his team. A couple of early goals that really got the momentum going after the T-Bird scored first. Another opportunity. Net comes off its moorings, and a little bit of shenanigans after the fact. Barilski was the one who started it. Referee's trying to break it up. Barilski more than likely going to the box for that. So he's headed over. More than likely out of the game, considering there's only 25 seconds. So we will finish this game 5-on-4. Referee's actually deciding we'll stay at 5-on-5 just for another 25 seconds. Face-off goes. Puck comes into the neutral zone. Tapped by Damien. Puck comes ahead for Lafada. Here comes Lafada looking for his fourth. Rings the pipe. Lafada, a backhand centering pass, comes out in front of the crease. Still going at it, or the Chiefs. Clock hits 2, and that's how we will end the game. So East Islip now 8-9 with 17 points on the season. And Connetquot will fall to 4-13 and remain at 9 points. Once again, the score 10-4 in favor of East Islip here on the LI Sports Network. We'll be back for one final game of the day, a varsity matchup between Sachem and West Islip. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you have a great night.